Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Bonjour. Oh, bonsoir. Bonsoir. Almost said bonjour. Oh my God. Que crème. Bonsoir. Bonsoir à tous. Bonsoir. Bonsoir à tous. Bonsoir. Bonsoir à tous. Dumelang bomme le bontate dikgomo molweni. Dumelang bomme le bontate molweni. Bonjour, bonjour à tous, bonjour, bonjour. Bonjour à tous, bonjour à tous. Oh, I'm trying different things here. No. So, you guys, my name is Retha-Billy. I come from Lesotho. Je m'appelle Retha-Billy. Je viens de Lesotho. Je suis Mozoto. Au pluriel, nous sommes les Bazoto. Au singulier, je suis Mozoto. You guys. I just said my name is Retha-Billy. I come from Lesotho and I am Mosotho, you guys. And I just said when I'm alone, I am individually one person. I am Mosotho. More than one, we are Basotho. So you guys, this means this way you are gonna get to understand Sesotho and French. So we are going to be talking with Rodney today. We're going to be chatting about available scholarships that are open. So if you have a friend, if you have your brother, if you have someone that you love so much and you want to make an impact in their lives, please just send them a text to join us. I will be talking to Rodney. We studied together with Rodney at the University of Galway in 2021, and Rodney was studying gender studies, and he would have studied social work back home with the University of South Africa. And then I think Ronnie studied something political science as well. Ronnie likes reading a lot, just like myself, but I'm not as good as he is. He reads a lot, Ronnie reads a lot, and I'm waiting for Ronnie to be coming with us and to co-host with us. So I will be waiting for Ronnie to just get to co-host with him. You guys, let me see. Rodney. I want to be able to see Rodney. I don't see Rodney right now, you guys. I don't see Rodney. I don't see Rodney right now. I just thought to. Let me just see if I can invite Rodney. Just allow Rodney right now. Yeah, Rodney is here.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Rodney, you are here with us. I can hear you. How are you, my brother?
Great. I'm all right. You?
I'm all right. Yeah. I don't see you here on the picture. Why?
Just hold on a sec.
Okay. Everybody, my friend Rodney is here. Come running now. Don't miss out. I cannot be any happier, Ron. Because these people have been asking me, and the Retha-Billy. They call me the Retha-Billy back home, And I like it because everybody that says the Retha-Billy, I know that's a client or that's someone who knows me from the business sector. People who say to me that Lelisa, I know, this one might be a colleague or might be a friend or might be just person who doesn't know me from the business cycle. So,
Yeah, I'm just trying to share my this
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
see.
to like the live and just share for people to join.
Oh yeah, yeah. Lovely, lovely. So maybe I can also do that. Yeah. Yeah. I see a lot of people are joining, and I cannot be any happier with that because when opportunities come, Rod, they never alert you. An opportunity will just show up, pop up, pop, pop. So it's a question of, do you realize it? Are you able to grab it or what?
Mm.
So I hope I'm also live on my YouTube. I hope. Oh yeah, yeah, I am. Yeah. Good, good, good. So you people following us through YouTube, you can also get to talk to us. And oh my God. Oh. And just one sec, Yeah. So you people, we are gonna give you a chance to talk to us and ask us questions. And this is the way we're gonna do it. When we get to that time, we will give you the number to contact us from WhatsApp. You call us, we'll place you on a loudspeaker. People will talk to you, and so you guys, if because I'm trying WhatsApp because other people might not be in this platform at the moment. So WhatsApp, everybody, almost everywhere they do have WhatsApp. So we'll give you this WhatsApp number +353 87 282 9628. This is the number for Goodly Heritage Recruitment Agency. You guys, whenever you want employment in any of the following countries: Ireland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, Canada, United States of America, and Republic of South Africa, Australia, and the People's Republic of China. If you're looking for employment and you know that you're holding critical skills, you can contact this number +353 87 282 9628, or you can catch us on the website goodly-heritage.com. Goodly-heritage.com. That's where you can get us. I don't want to be saying goodly www. Say many W's there. Goodly-heritage.com. That's where you can get us. But also you can drop us an email at goodly.heritage.ie@gmail.com. My name is Retha-Billy. I come from Lesotho, a small, tiny mountain kingdom surrounded by South Africa. And we are proud because we are above South Africa by altitude. Even though we are smaller, we are above them. So you guys, so Rodney is from South Africa. He's gonna explain himself. He's gonna introduce himself. And je m'appelle Retha-Billy, je viens du Lesotho, je suis Mesotho, nous sommes les Basotho. Au pluriel, nous sommes les Basotho. Au singulier, je suis Mozoto. I just said in French, when we are many in plural, we are Basotho, not Lesothoans. No, when I'm singular, I am Mosotho, je suis Mozoto, not Lesothoan. I'm not Lesothoan, you guys. No, stop, stop. I am Mosotho. And Botswana people also singular Motswana, not Botswanan. No, they are not Botswanan. No, when they are plural, they are not Botswanans. No, no, guys. No, no. Okay, so I am done now. I am leading a big show on TikTok. No, no, not TikTok. TikTok is the space for this man I'm hosting today. I'm very small on TikTok, so he's so big. No, I'm running a podcast show called Truth and Nothing But the Truth. And its handle on YouTube is at Retha-Billy-4664, at Retha-Billy-4664, you guys. And our motto is your truth versus the truth. We believe there's only one truth. So, you guys, I've talked so much today. I have a host, a co host, the man I respect so much. We met in 2021. He'll explain how we met, where, what were we doing. And today, here we are. He'll explain where he is, and I'll explain where I am and what I'm doing. So, allow me to welcome the man that I respect so much. And I'm gonna not mention his name. He's gonna do the introductions. Welcome, my brother and my friend.
All right, great. No, thank you so much, Retha-Billy. So my name is Rodney Rikhotso. Um, like you've said, so we've met in Ireland a few years ago when we were both doing our master's degrees at the University of Galway.
Yeah.
So that's where we actually met.
Yeah.
And then so in terms of, because I was studying a master's program in gender globalization and rights, and Tari, like you were studying what, youth studies?
Yeah, Master of Arts in child, youth, and community.
Yeah, child, youth, and community.
Yeah.
So that's where basically we met a few years ago.
Yeah.
But however, what brings us here is that both of us, I believe, we are passionate about education. And in terms of my passion for education, I then take it a little bit step further, because I was actually funded to pursue my master's program by the Kada Asmal Fellowship Program, which is part of the Irish Aid, to pursue that 1 year master's program. So what I do in my spare time, I can put it that way, is to share information on international scholarships, because I believe that, if you have been afforded an opportunity, we don't need to gatekeep, but we need to put the information out there for other people to leverage similar opportunities. It's unlike those situations wherein you want to say that in my village, I'm the only one who has done one in my village. I'm the only one who has done abroad. In my community, I'm the only one who has done this and this and this. That's not how it's supposed to be. But
you must not be the only one.
No. We need to pass on the baton. So opportunities that one has received, we need to pass it on to the next person, and we just give each other that baton in relation to opportunities. So that's what I'm passionate about. In line with the sustainable goals of the United Nations, which is Vision 2030. There are 17 sustainable development goals in there, of which quality education is one of the things that I want to contribute a lot in, which of course leads us to this session tonight. In looking at people who wish to pursue studies outside their own countries. It can be from Lesotho to other African countries, it can be from South Africa to other African countries, it can be from South Africa to Ghana, even further afield, which I think most international scholarships, either they're in Europe or in Asia or in America, whether it's South or North America. So by profession, I'm a social worker. So that's my professional background. And so many other interests that I have. But I won't talk much about that.
And Ronnie, no, please tell our viewers your qualifications, all the three of them, please.
I've got an honors degree in social work. I've got a master's degree in sociology, and I've got another master's degree in gender globalization and rights. So I've got so those are the bits of things that I like. Like there's one of my lecturers actually said to me. I mean, not basically to me, but in our class, he said, you must be generally wise. Meaning that when you enter a room, you should, when people are discussing topics, you should not be left out. You should be able to make a contribution. That's how being generally wise is. It means that you are interested in current affairs. You're interested in what is happening in the world. So that you don't find yourself in a situation where you are in a room and people are talking about astronomy. They're talking about maths and all these things, artificial intelligence, data science, and all those things, irrespective of which field of study one might be from, but you need to be generally wise. You need to be aware of what's happening around. So and for me, because I'm in the social sciences, I like how I see the world in a different lens. Everything that can be happening in the world.
You have at least a minimum of 3 lenses where you are an expert.
It is more of curiosity, to be fair. Like as a person, we just need to be curious about so many things. I'm curious about astronomy, about the galaxy. So if there are people who talk about planets and all those things in a room, which is not my field, I'm gonna have a say. I'm gonna contribute because of those interests that one really has about such things.
And to our viewers, Rodney is being modest. He's done some certificates with the United Nations as well. For me, I would have studied Bachelor of Arts from the National University of Lesotho, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, and then I went to University of South Africa. I did honors in social work, and that's the one that enabled me to come and do my masters in University of Galway, because you cannot jump the levels here. It has to be 7, 8, and 9. So back home you can jump from 7 and then go straight into 9. No, here they don't allow that. So that's why you need your honors from South Africa or from Lesotho or from Botswana before you come enroll for a master's here, because why they take a 7 and then the honors is an 8 and then now you move to a 9. So you guys, I then did my Master of Arts in Child, Youth and Community, and this September I'm studying with another university here in Dublin. I'll be doing at a master's level law for social work, and then I'll be doing a module in psychology as well called behavioral development. So I think at this point we have done enough introductions. I just wanted to tell our viewers, wherever you are, that the passion that I had for education drove me enough to even pay and come as a private student. So the two of us here came from different perspectives. He was studying from a scholarship, and then I was studying from a private sponsorship myself. I was using my own family's money. I paid a freaking 14,000 euro in tuition fees for that 1 year. But I cannot complain because I am a specialist, a 3-in-1 expert. And I'm an expert in children's issues, youth's issues, as well as community issues. So maybe it was worthwhile. So right now, Rodney, I'm handing over to you. We are done with the chit chats now. So now, Rodney is the expert, and I want you to start telling us, how did it start for you to eventually find yourself getting interested in the scholarship so much so that now you ended up airing it, like you are doing it to broadcast to the whole world?
Okay. Basically, like I've said, it's these things, it just goes around passion. Maybe before I go forward, like those of you who have joined, if you can just like the live and just tap on the screen to like the live, and you can also share the live so that people in your contact list will be able to know that we are live. So that will just enable other people to join us. So for me, the journey is quite interesting. That I think, like from high school, I wanted to explore the world. I remember way back when I was doing my, I think, grade 11, there was a competition that we had to write together with some of my classmates around. I think it was water conservation. We had to write essays in terms of how we would be able to conserve water. And in that competition, the winners would be granted an opportunity to travel to Sweden for, in terms of that. So we did that project. It was quite interesting, wrote essays. But also for us, it was around how within our community we would be able to save water, because at that time in the early 2000 and something, I think it was 2003, if not 2004, like we had those taps on the streets, wherein sometimes, if there was no water, people, for example, if there was no water at all and somebody opened the tap and they didn't close them, it means that by the time, they switched on whatever they are switching on at the water treatment plant, it means that water will just gush out the whole night.
I see.
So we came up with an idea to say, we should have metered, sort of like metered tabs within their homes and all those things. So we wrote that plan. But the interesting thing is that we never got the feedback or the results about that competition. So we never knew anything about the outcome of it. But a few years later, in our community, they started implementing the similar project.
Wow! So they stole your idea.
Yeah, so but we don't know what happened.
And that's what they do back home, that's what they like doing.
So that was more of it. But so I was awarded a student an exchange program to study in Germany.
Wow!
While I was doing my social degree at the University of Venda. So I traveled with another group of students. It was 10 of us.
Man, that's good to know, man.
To Germany for I think 2 weeks or so, just to understand the context of how social work is practiced in Europe. Just looking at how we practice it back in maybe consider South Africa or maybe the SADC region as a whole. So
which university were you?
University of Venda.
Okay, it's because I have my late brother's wife's wife did social work as well, and then she went to the Philippines. So maybe it could have been under the same arrangement, like.
I don't know. Probably not. Because for that one, there was a memorandum of understanding.
Okay.
I think for me it was that trip because it was my first international trip. First time on a plane.
Oh my God! Which year was it?
Pardon?
Which year was it?
2013.
2013. Okay, my first plane was 2008. Maybe I was a bit ahead.
Okay.
I went to China.
So mine was outside the country. So I think that was a very, very good opportunity. I think.
Yeah.
And an eye opener to say that there was a lot in the world that one could do. And that's when I said, I think I belong somewhere. I need to explore stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
So
how long did you take in Germany?
It was like for 2 weeks. It was an exchange program for like 2 weeks. And at that time I was doing my final year in social work. So it was my final year also. But that was a good opportunity for me, and I said, I think that the passion to study abroad stemmed from that time.
Oh, I see.
I need to do that. So that's what things. There's quite a number of things that happened before then.
So would you say if someone asked you, would you remember what you could take from that exchange program and say it was lovely, so you would want maybe to bring something from it?
I think for me, because we were at the University of Hoek, so it was between two institutions, and one institution in Holzminden in Germany. But then I think for me it was the difference of how social work is practiced in Europe as compared to how we practice it. But again, taking into consideration that at that time if you are talking about 200 years of social development in Germany at that time, 2013, and also how many years were we in democracy? 20-something years maybe at that time.
It was comparing the two different worlds, I see. Yeah.
It's two different worlds altogether. It's quite different. But at least in terms of it just opens up your mind and just to see how where other people are, and that the things that other people will be concerned about are not the things that you will be concerned about, when you're addressing. If you are addressing the social issue of poverty, other countries are dealing with a different thing altogether. They're not focusing on that. Their social development, they're looking at different aspects.
So their poverty is better poverty.
And again, I think that one of the things that struck me was in Holzminden, they were like, these are the rural parts, of Germany. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? You've got a university, you've got towns.
And you call this rural?
What do you mean? Do you know what rural is? It's those things. But again, because it was a learning experience. With obviously engagement with other students in Germany, and to see how they do things. For me, it was a big challenge. That's why I'm saying that that it just that interest to want to study abroad.
I see. I get it.
And of course, I applied for so many scholarships before. I think I started
applying
for scholarships. I think 2017 or something like that.
Android, please.
And then I got so many rejections. I got so many rejections before I actually got a scholarship. So it is a journey that we go through, and some people, if they apply for a scholarship, they get a rejection, they just give up.
They just give it up. Yeah.
But for me, it was, so that's why I always use myself as an example that it took me a long time, and I got so many rejections that I've been lost count. But of course, one has to count.
So the rejections that you got, Rodney, were they local or were they international?
I'm talking about international scholarships.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about international scholarships. So I that's why I knew a lot of scholarships. That's why I think it's more easier for me to even do content on international scholarships, because
I see.
I've applied for so many. I got rejections, and but I just kept going until I actually got one, because international scholarships are highly competitive programs, because they are looking for the best of the best across the world. So it's not sort of like a thing that you'd be like, oh no, I'm just gonna just apply it and that's it. It takes a lot. So I think that's the other thing that other people don't understand.
Why
scholarships exist.
And Rod, before you go further than that, I was making an episode alert to our show with you now, and then I told the people, I said, you guys, I am in business, as you know. Goodly Heritage Recruitment Agency is all about recruiting using the two pathways: the pathway of education and the pathway of critical skills. And then I said to them, if you want to take a chance and apply for a scholarship, but there is no guarantees with a scholarship, the only thing that you can have a guarantee with is when now you are talking about private sponsorship, because you can apply for admission, and when you have the money, you can go at the time that you want to go. But for a scholarship, that's where now it speaks to the many rejections that you got.
And I mean, the option, of course, of scholarship is that is that financial. It moves away the financial burden, because I mean, as an Retha-Billy, as an international student, fees are crazy.
Are crazy, man. Yeah, very crazy. Maybe I paid 14,000 and the locals would have paid 8,000.
Yeah. So it is, but again, it's it's because there are world-class institutions across the world. It's also just gaining that knowledge and the critical skills. And like you've said, if somebody have got the finances, they can apply for admission and go and study anywhere in the world, at any given time.
And Goodly Heritage can take them there, because our heritage is your future at Goodly Heritage.
So it's those things. Although, like, I know that most people would not afford these fees because it's a lot. So that's when international scholarships come into play, of which I try to share whatever information I come across the globe.
Yeah, and thank you very much for the job you're doing. Thank you very much.
Europe, everywhere.
Thank you very much.
Which can be quite helpful.
So at the moment, which scholarships, if you can say to us, which scholarships are open, and not by any order, from maybe the top of your head, or if you have a presentation prepared?
Of course. So maybe before I get to that, I think it's also important for me to explain that the purpose of scholarships. So scholarships are not just there for the sake of being there, and governments across the world, and also institutions, organizations, they don't just fund students for the sake of funding them. The greater purpose is to build in-country capacities across the globe, and also to share knowledge and critical skills And the other thing is for cultural exchange, because if Retha-Billy, if you go to Spain, to study in there, when you get that classroom, and of international students, of course, you bring that live the experience from Lesotho.
Yeah, that's true.
With you represent Lesotho. So there is a lot that actually goes on in that. And again, countries also offer scholarships so that they are also marketing their country, marketing their universities also, because they know that if Rodney studies in Ireland, when he goes back home, he's going to talk about his experience in Ireland.
Exactly.
Talk about the universities. So it means that it will even attract other people, even those who've got money who can self-fund to want to go and study in Ireland. So that's what governments all over the world, they've got a budget just to market their countries as part of tourism, but in a different light.
Wow.
So I thought I should mention that, because I think most people don't understand. For example, somebody will say, "Oh no, why would if, for example, now there is the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship." It's in my background. There's the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship.
Oh, lovely!
To study in South Africa. It's open for all African countries. To study in South Africa for either an honors degree or a master's degree. So these are fully funded scholarships, open to all African students from there.
And I must tell you that I have one of the business partners back home, and I think you'll be happy I mentioned his name, Sepam Majaga. He's always talking about Mandela Rose Scholarship everywhere he goes, because he's now a PhD holder and is a psychologist. And he went through that for 16 years. He's been running Career Expo in Lesotho, and he's mentioning Rose Mandela Scholarship.
Mandela Rose. Yeah. It is a very good scholarship because it's fully funded. I mean, so people can apply for that. And,
wow.
And so the reason I started with that was, so I remember somebody asked, it's like, oh no, there is this that now they are advertising this scholarship. Why not give it? Why not give the South Africans who want to study? And all this, and then now they want everybody to apply. And then I replied with a comment and said, if you understand the purpose of scholarships, if you understand what is the purpose of that, you would not be saying that. And I said, if that was the case, that means some of us who have studied abroad would not have been able to study abroad.
That's true.
How things would be there.
That's true.
Because like the things that I've mentioned earlier of building in-country capacity, because and also just fostering the cultural exchange, and also ensuring that there is that skill development. So
and Rodney,
so this one,
while you are at this one of cultural exchange, I just want us to show our viewers how practically it happens in class. Now they will say to us, let's say we're discussing a topic about how parliament gets dissolved, and no, that's politics. Let's talk about culture and say, how do you name a baby? And let's say we are talking about a baby having a right to a name, and then we're discussing that in human rights. And a baby has a right not to get a degrading name. They have a right to have a name, but not a degrading name. You know what I mean? And now I'll tell them how a naming ceremony happens in Lesotho. Someone from Nigeria in that class, someone from India in that class will tell us how the naming ceremony happens in their culture, and we embrace all of that, and that's why we call that diversity.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. And it also creates a room for people, for me to understand you, and for you to understand the next person. So that we are able, we are not, judgmental in how people do things. So
exactly. You respect every way people are doing things.
It breaks those biases that people hold, about like people from Africa, these, maybe thinking, because somebody will be thinking, oh, maybe people from Africa, they sleep in caves. I'm like, bro, the mansions there.
They live in the jungle, like, no.
Shock you. So it's those things, but of course, like education, then it brings people together to be able to do that. So the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship is open is closing on the 14th of April 2025. So it's an online application that people can. So maybe if people can go online and just say Mandela Road Scholarship is going to pop up for full-time study in South Africa at any South African university. So there's that, and there's also the Azerbaijan scholarship program by the government of Azerbaijan.
So before you move on, Rodney, about Mandela Scholarship, how many scholarships would that be a year, or do I just have to get admission?
No, so that one for Mandela Rose they don't mention in terms of how many scholarships are there. So usually most scholarships will not say how many they are funding. It will usually be dependent on the funding that they have for that
particular year. Oh, I see. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but there are big institutions, organizations like your Chevening Scholarship, who may be funding thousands across the world. so
I know the Chevening.
Yeah, it depends. So usually they will not say. So you just apply and believe that you're gonna be the one to get it.
Okay.
And then so the Mandela Rules is for honors or masters program.
Yeah.
That they're actually funding. And like I've said, so the Azerbaijan scholarship program, which is in Azerbaijan, it's one of the Asian countries, they are doing bachelor's, master's, and PhD. So it's also important for people to do a little bit of a research around the countries that they're going to, the religion in the country, what is expected, those expectations, because somebody needs to do that. But the interesting thing with the Azerbaijan one is for bachelor's, master's, and PhD, and also those who are interested in studying medicine, like general medicine degree. So they also fund for that. And again, it takes us back to the question that the thing that I've mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Why government, offer scholarships? Because now it means that if they are attracting people from across the world to go and study in Azerbaijan, when they go back, because sometimes, usually when we talk about internet scholarship, people want to go to Europe. People want to go to Europe, people want to go to America. And there are these countries, and these places that have got, scholarship. And usually, the countries that are popular with scholarships, the competition is so high.
Oh,
the ones that
I
are
see.
less popular, it means the competition is not that high.
It's not that high. So if you want to be smart,
chances are there.
You must plan a game well. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So there is that scholarship. It is also closing on the 15th of April 2026. So this is online applications.
Oh, lovely.
So if people just search these scholarships and go online, the information in terms of how to apply and the information they require, everything is there. And the problem with our people, that of course I've been doing this scholarship thing for like years now.
Yeah.
I know people will, if you post a video about a specific scholarship and he says here's a link for you to go and read, people they don't go and read.
They want to ask you questions.
And you're thinking, the questions that you're asking me, if you go and read,
you wouldn't ask me.
You won't even ask me the question. Sometimes it's asking obvious things that is there, and I think it cuts across. It's one of the worrying things that I have, that I don't want to say people are lazy to read, but sometimes there is that element of
dependency.
Yeah, to feel.
I just want to get some water here.
Every little thing.
Yeah.
So there's that Azerbaijan scholarship that people can have a look at. There's also the Commonwealth distance learning scholarship by the Commonwealth, but this one is for a master's program. It's online, it's by distance learning, so you don't need to travel to any country. You can actually apply or rather study through that for that master's program online. Which is so they're going to cover your tuition fees, and you're just going to be at home, and then and be able to commit specific hours in a week for that master's program of your choice. So I think it's also a good opportunity. That one, the closing date, it's soon, is the 31st of March 2026, and it is for this academic year. So even the Azerbaijan one is for the 2026 academic year, starting around September. The Mandela Road Scholarship will be for 2027 January. So even those who are doing their final year of studies for the Mandela Rhodes, they can apply if they want to do their honors in 2027 January intake. And the other one would be the Thailand scholarship. So Thailand, the Thailand Ministry of Education, they are offering around 178 international scholarships to study in Thailand, undergraduate, masters, and PhD. So the Thailand one is also still open if people would like to explore that. So while we were away, I was saying that there is the Commonwealth Distance Learning Scholarship.
Distance learning?
Yeah, for a master's program. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the Commonwealth is for the UK universities. So it's to study distance learning in the UK. So they're gonna cover your tuition fees and just chill in your home country. And, you know,
oh my God, are you for real?
Online.
Is it open now?
Yeah. It is open. It is, although like it's closing on the 31st of March. That's like next week, what, Wednesday?
Of April, like.
Or Tuesday, possibly Tuesday.
24th of April. Oh.
31st.
Oh, 31st. Okay.
Yeah.
Rodney, please give me the permission to post this video so that also the community of the people that I know that didn't watch, they can also watch us.
That's okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So people can also apply for that scholarship opportunity.
Wow.
And there's also the Fulbright scholarship. So Fulbright is one of the popular scholarships in the world to study in the USA for a master's or PhD.
Oh my God.
So the Fulbright is also closing in sometime in April. I mean, and these are fully funded scholarships. So like I've said, my interest is fully funded.
Rodney.
Yeah. Fully funded.
Thanks.
I know the headache of fees, but if you know that your fees are covered and everything's covered, you just have to worry about studying. So that one it settles it.
Your volume there went a bit down.
I'm just speaking the same.
Maybe it's me then. Oh my God, let me see.
I'm not sure if other people can hear me or not, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but the volume went lower. Then I don't know why.
I'm not sure what happened on your side.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's on my side. Let's see. Yeah, let's continue, but I can still hear you.
What did I do now? I did something. What did I do?
Yeah, I can hear you well now. So
now?
maybe you can you post the video, you post it. So maybe you can go back to your camera. Yeah, we're sorted. Yeah.
So what was I saying?
We were talking about the Fulbright.
Oh yeah. So the full. So there are annual scholarships, that are advertised each year. So like Fulbright is one of the popular scholarships. Fulbright and Chevening are like
Chevening as well. Yeah.
Are like the top scholarships. So it's also open for masters and PhD in the US. Starting next year. So this one for 2027 academic year. That is open. And then also the Australia Award scholarships that are also open, closing on the 14th of April 2026. For undergraduate, masters, and PhD. Although like with the Australia one, for undergraduate, it does not cover all countries. So there are specific countries that can apply for undergraduate. But I think most African countries are covered for masters and PhD in Australia. So these are also fully funded scholarships by the Australian government, right? So it's still it's the same thing that I went back to why government offers scholarships. Because they are marketing their institutions, they are marketing their country.
Also, I think coming from the business side where I am, being in recruitment business, they are also trying to attract the brains to solve their scarce resource, skills in their countries, because they hope that when you've studied here, you can easily get tempted to look for employment here. Even if you go home, you may after some years want to come here because you studied here, and that way that's brain drain. They're trying indirectly without telling us. And unfortunately, some of the nationals, they don't understand. They keep asking, why do you bring these people from outside to come study? It's because we don't have enough critical skills.
Yeah, and it is those things. I mean, like I've said, scholarships are highly competitive. So they are looking for the best of the best. So they know that people who eventually get awarded scholarship, it means they are the best students.
And imagine the kind of research they're going to do in that country is going to be for this country. When I did my thesis, my master's research dissertation was about Ireland.
Yeah. So it's some of those things. So these are just the few scholarships that are open. There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of scholarships all over there. Some of them I don't even know them.
Yeah.
And you know, some of them I find out from people that I interact with, like, oh yeah, like somebody will be saying, oh no, I was awarded this type of scholarship. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
So there is a lot of scholarship. I think with the ones that I share, basically, is just, you know, the tip of an iceberg.
Yeah. But Ronnie, you're doing the most. It's not the tip of an iceberg from someone who had a zero awareness of any scholarship. So it cannot be. I don't know now. There's an echo. So
yeah.
Yeah. We didn't use
so you see, I think it's from your side. I think whenever you are.
What happened now? Yeah. My device went dead, you guys. Oh my god! In the middle of a very inspiring, and informative chat with Rodney, but I'll try to get a hold of him. I think he was close to completion. Maybe closing, so I'll just get a hold of him. My device went dead. Oh my god! I just feel so bad. I feel so bad. So unprofessional of me. Yeah. So Rodney, I don't know what happened there. I think my device, one of my device went out of power. So my apologies there, Ron. So please go ahead, and I'm sorry about that.
I was saying that, you know, the applications themselves can sometimes be long. You know, you have to do a lot of writing of essays in terms of why you should be awarded the scholarship. So there's work that people will need to do. You know, and I remember there is somebody who once said something that, you know, if we share information on scholarships and we give you a link to go and read more information about it, and you don't do it, and you just keep asking questions, which you will find on that information link. Somebody said, if you are doing that, if you are still lazy to go and read information, you are not ready for the international scholarship.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree.
Yeah. So there are those aspects. You know. Yeah. So in a nutshell, Retha-Billy, scholarships are there. It just needs people to be intentional about them. It just needs people to, you know, apply. Of course, because I come across so many different people from all walks of life. I have conversation with people so many times, and also the matriculants. They just passed their matric recently and all that. Others, they are applying. These young kids, your 18-year-olds, they are applying for scholarships,
and they get.
Some of them
do they get them?
Invited even to interviews. And again, it's not about maybe studying outside the continent. There is the Mauritius Africa Scholarship. Although, unfortunately, some of the scholarships they've closed in a few 2 months ago. There's the Mauritius Africa Scholarship, studying Mauritius.
But someone can try next year.
Yeah, there is also the Hungary scholarship. The Turkish scholarships, which have closed already. So there are a number of scholarships that are out there. It just, like I've said, people just need to be intentional, really, and shoot your shot. That's what I always tell people. Shoot your shot. You got nothing to lose.
You got nothing to lose. That's what I always say, because especially you don't apply with money like so.
No. Yeah. Actually, and apply for scholarship is free. You don't pay anything to apply for scholarship. What you may pay for one-to-one support, right? But scholarship itself, you don't pay. If you can go to the links and read about what is expected and all those things, there are people who might need support. You get me?
And Rodney, for someone who doesn't know what one-to-one support entails, would you mind just sharing what that entails?
Okay, so one-to-one support basically just means that if you need somebody to help you apply and and help you write the essays that are needed, the personal statements. And ensuring that whether, because some of the scholarships also expect you to apply for admission to universities. Like those.
I see. Yeah, they want you to have already had a supervisor.
Pardon?
Sometimes they want you to have a supervisor already.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah. So sometimes there are people who they feel that they don't understand how to go on about it, and they feel that they need somebody to hold their hand. So there's that. Although I always encourage people to self-apply. That's why I always encourage people to say, go and read the guidance document. And then if you have good questions, you can come and ask me to clarify some few things.
Thank you very much for that.
But I always encourage people to go and apply, because I do offer the one-to-one support. But I've got my own things going on. I've got my own life.
Yeah, I see.
There's a lot going on
lovely.
In my life. I'm doing so many things. So I always ask, please go read the information and then try to apply yourself. Because sometimes people, they just think that they can't, whereas they can.
Yeah, and that I don't want it in my vocabulary. So Rodney, how do people get hold of you when they want a one-to-one support? What are your contact details?
I've got people can DM me on my TikTok. So I do. That's where I do the sifting process. So people can DM me on my TikTok, and then from there.
What's your handle on TikTok? What's your handle on TikTok? For someone who's watching you for the first time, what's your handle called on TikTok?
It's Edu Buddy. So it's Edu, like EDU, hyphen and then Buddy.
Like education buddy.
Yeah, it's like education buddy. Yeah. So I think if somebody can search international scholarships, I think I'm one of the people who's gonna pop out there.
And well done to you.
I think I'm gonna pop out in there. So but like I've said, with scholarships, I believe that people should try, really, and like I've said, there's nothing to lose. I believe in trying.
Also, you are like myself. You are like myself.
Trying and fail.
And we failed. Several times we have failed, and people don't mention when they failed. I like mentioning where I failed.
Yeah.
Because it helps someone who was feeling embarrassed for failing to say, no, failing is part of learning. It's your learning experience.
True.
to become better. You failed, you know what to avoid, not to fail again.
True. Absolutely. I agree with that. And sometimes people, like you said, that people don't want to talk about their failures. So that's why even with scholarships, I always tell people that, you know what, I got so many rejections. I got so many rejections that I lost. One day I was actually trying to go into my emails and just try to find those rejection emails. Because and like you said, failure does not mean that it's final. It also just it can also just strengthens you and also just give you certain skills and things to avoid in the future. So yeah, and the reason why, because when I started applying for scholarships, there was, whether it's online, not necessarily online, but there was not much of a buzz about scholarships. I said to myself, I don't want people to struggle the way I have struggled around understanding scholarships that are out there. So that's why what we do.
So I don't know. On my side, there's something that's popping up here that I hate. It's covering our content, but we can continue and let it be. Our voice will still be heard.
Yeah. So and I saw somebody ask the question, when will they open for 2027? So that's Lerato. So usually towards the end of the year, for example, the Hungary scholarship and the Turkish scholarship, they would apply towards the end of the year, around October, November there. So scholarships for the following year will be applied. So but like there are still some that are open even now for the 2026 September or October academic year.
So Rod, can we give them the number now to call us and ask you questions? If you viewers everywhere you are, you want to ask my friend Rodney a question, the number you can contact us at is +353 87 282 9628. You can call us on WhatsApp or direct call if you want. +353 87 282 96. You tell us your name and the country where you're calling us from. Ask him your question, and then he will respond immediately before we take the next one. He will actually respond while you are on the call, so we can continue.
Others can those who are on live, they can even ask the what to call it. They can type questions here.
Okay, yes, please type questions. And those of us who are not able to type questions, we have the phone number. This is the phone number for Goodly Heritage Recruitment Agency, and you can get us at +353 87 282 9628, +353 87 282 9628. You guys, so you can continue, brother.
So I think I've spoken a lot. So but in a nutshell, that's really it. And then but people can follow us on TikTok, and from time to time we share information around scholarships and all that.
So thank you very much, Rodney. Before we finish and we are done now with this part on the scholarships, I want you to talk to us about your career path, what your journey was like in a brief summary, coming from South Africa up to where you are at now and what you're doing, so that we can inspire someone to know it is possible to do this.
I don't normally talk about my career thinking, because usually it's not what I will be mainly focusing on.
Okay.
But what I can say is that if you know your why, you will be able to do a lot of things. I mean, like I've said that my background is in social work, which I've studied in SA, which I'm continuing to practice in the UK and all that. It's your why for me. It's your why. Why do you want to do things? How you want to build your career. And what your plans are for the future. And like I've said, like I think the ultimate thing is to build in-country capacity in South Africa, and also the African continent, which is possibly the main thing to gain the skills, okay, the knowledge, to be able to give back, the way we can. Even though, like, fine, the societies where we currently are, we're giving back to them, and also ensuring that we contribute to the societies. But for me, it's why. So so if somebody says they want to study abroad, the first question I ask is why. Because if you can't answer your why, then it's pointless.
It is pointless.
Why you want to do that and what your plan is.
So to be honest, thank you very much, because you are answering something that someone must have a purpose. That's why they must answer the question why. So a lot of people back home at the moment are feeling like it's possible to come abroad. I've seen, but a lot of them are not ready yet to go into what it takes in terms of financial avenues, because it costs a lot of money to come abroad. Oh God. What happened again? What happened? Yo. Yeah. You know what happened there? So yeah, gotta go. I think maybe we're timed out, because I saw it just cutting off and saying to us that congratulations.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Justice. No, that's okay, man.
At least I think you have covered everything that was important for our viewers everywhere in the world, and you're doing a great job. You are a big, 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 big person, and I must tell you, your role is so big. What you're doing, a lot of people want scholarships, they want education, but it's expensive and they can't afford it.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I know I have my own family members who have been asking me about scholarships. Now, all I'll do is just to send them this link of our life. I don't know if when a life is done, it can't play again.
Yeah, they can go and see that.
Yeah. So I will try and send them all of this, because I know 2-3 of them in my family, same name. I mean, they are like my nieces, and they were asking for scholarships. I say to them, I'm not in scholarship because I want people to come through private means myself, and then I help them how to come when they come privately. So, but I'm happy today for them to see that I'm not selfish. I'm not after money. I'm about helping them as well, change their lives. So thank you very much.
That's true. Yeah. No, that's okay. Not a problem, my brother.
Yeah. So
we've done what we were able to do. So
yeah. So thank you very much, brother, and have a lovely night.
No, you too, man.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.